talking about Brother Bear anymore?
Because it's depressing.
Do you think they were talking about it then?
I don't know.
No one's talking about it. Some of those ones that just like fell by the wayside, like Dinosaur.
Because it's so sad.
The Good Dinosaur.
The Good Dinosaur was so sad.
I don't think the movie Dinosaur has anything to do with the ride other than the same dinosaur being in the movie.
An iguanodon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the movie first or the ride first?
The movie.
Oh. It's like one of those ones we forgot that they actually made a movie out of or something like that. And I was like, oof, that was a stretch then.
No.
Yeah. So they just like kind of shoehorned it in there.
Yeah. I actually, I'm saying that. I never saw Dinosaur.
I didn't either. I have no
I'm
desire.
going based on what Katie has told me.
I have no desire to see that movie.
I don't either.
Was that Pixar?
No. That was Disney.
It was early Disney.
Yeah.
Like 2000s, like the in Disney Animation Studios kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Good Dinosaur was Pixar though.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was like Pixar's first kind of flop.
Major flop, I feel like.
Yeah. I think that was like the Thanksgiving movie one year.
It was a sad ass movie too.
Yeah. And we didn't even finish it.
I was like, oh, this is too much already. I don't like it.
Like,
it's frustrating.
I don't know. I think I'm at a point in my life where I do not need to watch anything that's going to make me sad.
Yeah. Or scare you.
Yeah. I'm already like depressed and scared enough in real life.
It's safe to say, don't make a sequel to Good Dinosaur or Dinosaur.
Right.
And on that note, the champagne's been popped. The wine is flowing. You know where we're going. We're going on back out tour, and I'm your tour guide, Captain Zach. So he always says, beans.
Or Jana.
Tell them what we're talking about, Maddie. I got my list hot off the press.
You know what I've noticed lately is that you call me Maddie a lot when you're just like, tell him Maddie, and I don't think most people probably know what that's from.
Most people know a Scott Pilgrim vs. the World reference?
No. I don't.
Good. Thank goodness. Now you've let him in on our inside joke. Now it's an outside joke. How dare you?
Anyways, we are talking about what Disney movies actually need a remake or a sequel. And, what's kind of brought this up is
everything's a sequel or a remake.
Everything that Disney has announced for like the next few years is a sequel or a remake or a live action version.
Yep.
And it's like, you gotta stop.
You gotta, I seriously, I've said this before. I think the only one that's going to be decent is Stitch.
Yeah.
I think that looks fun. I don't think you should.
I'm actually excited for that one.
I don't think you should do anything that has real animals in it.
No.
Or because Stitch is an alien, so it works.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when I see things like Lion King,
Lady and the Tramp,
like hyper realistic stuff, I'm like, I'm not interested.
Right.
It's just like, I don't want to see that. So,
yeah.
But I got a list.
Well, I just want to say, of all the sequels that have been announced, I do not think any of them are necessary. There is no need for a sequel to Encanto, to Coco, to Frozen, to Toy Story, the
reason is money.
Zootopia.
They want a guaranteed hit, which is not a guarantee anymore.
Well, no, but I think it's because too, Moana 2 came out and that movie sucks, but it made a crap ton of money because people had high hopes because the first one was so good. And there was no kids movie at Thanksgiving.
The problem with that one was it was fine. It was nothing great, but it was it should have been great, and it sucked.
I don't even know if I would call it fine.
It was a movie. It exists.
It wasn't bad, but it was somewhere between bad and fine.
You can definitely tell that it was going to be it was a TV show that they were like, let's make it into a movie and make a lot more money.
Yeah. It was originally supposed to be a Disney Plus series.
Smart.
And I think,
but it sucked.
Maybe if they had Lin-Manuel Miranda doing the music, it would have been better. But the story itself, the animation itself was not good. And we found out it's because something was happening at the main animation studio in California and it had to get moved to the B team in Canada. And for
calling out Canada at the B team.
No, I mean, it is the B team. It's
did they know they're the B team?
Well, they focus mostly on TV shows and stuff. So
this was a TV show.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what they said it was, right?
Yeah, and so
got, turned into this.
You have animators and creators that aren't for the silver screen. And
I mean, it was fine. It's just like if you had some better songs in there, I think it actually could have worked. But they were so forgettable. Whereas like the first one was so much better. Like you come out of there
the
being like,
first one was
"Shiny."
like banger after banger.
Yeah, it's like the soundtrack. Like we listen to that a lot for Olivia.
Yeah.
You listen to it a lot on your own.
I do listen to it a lot on my own. I listen to Encanto a lot on my own. Like, and I mean, you know, Lin-Manuel, he's what, like the Alan Menken, Howard Ashmore of our day.
Well, it's like that can make or break a movie these days for them. Because
it's what you expect with the Disney movie that is going to have amazing.
You want some good songs.
Yeah.
And you just don't get that anymore. Anyways.
But that was a whole.
back to the matter at hand. What do you got for me? What do you got?
Actually, this is more your conversation.
You don't want to, like, okay.
I did not prepare. But this was also, this was also your idea.
Okay, I'm going to start this off with something that I think this movie has been done, but not like a Disney movie where it's more family friendly because the version was not family friendly. I think the Headless Horseman could be kind of cool if you do it like correctly.
Like the new Haunted Mansion live action,
like that, but like
where it's got a decent amount of spookiness.
Yeah, but not like terrifying.
Right,
like
right,
the
like
Johnny Depp and like Christopher Walken version. Like
I never thought that one was scary.
I mean, it's not like, well, it's not scary, but it's not like it's gory as hell. But like,
is it?
Yes.
Huh.
His head's getting lopped off left and right.
You know, I don't think I've seen that in like 15 years.
I mean, it's not a family friend. I'm saying like make it like just kind of make the movie live action and like don't change that much. You know, it's like you don't need to change that much.
Well,
that's what they don't get about some of these. They don't need to change a ton of stuff. And
they're
like, let's change it.
I agree and I disagree with that.
Well, they need to extend it because it's part of Mr. Toad. It's like the Wind in the Willows and Sleepy Hollow. So it's like
short. But on the whole, like, don't change it.
I do not want Mr. Toad in live action. No, thank you.
On the whole, like, don't change it thing, though. So I go back to, like, when Disney really first started doing their live actions, like with Cinderella. That is, to me, still the best live action version.
Standard.
That is my standard. It was absolutely wonderful. And it was like its own story, you know. They didn't make it exactly the same, but it still had enough of the elements in there that it felt familiar and magical. And then we got Beauty and the Beast. And that movie I was so excited for because one, Cinderella was amazing. I think Emma Watson was like perfect casting for Belle. I loved everyone that they had cast in it. It was just cast perfectly. And it sucked. And I think it sucked because they made it
too similar.
Exactly like the animated version. And so then when they added certain things, it was just like, what the heck is this?
But I think when they deviate too much, it's there's like this sweet spot that they have to like make it their own a little bit, but you still hit the main beats like the other one.
Like Cinderella did, you know?
I mean, I'll go one better. Like, I think Cruella was a surprise.
Oh, Cruella was fantastic.
That was a fun movie.
But you know, that's the thing. That's not a remake.
No, it's not. It's an original story.
Yeah, it's an original story.
And why is that getting a sequel? Stop.
I don't know.
Don't.
It's like, I really loved it, but it does not need a sequel.
But
and Maleficent is getting a third one.
Yeah. Well, did the second one do well?
I don't know.
One was fine.
Here's what gets me about Maleficent.
If it wasn't Sleeping Beauty, it'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't want you to make the villain a good guy. I don't want to be sympathizing with this person.
Right. And that's not what Walt ever intended, honestly.
Walt sent me.
But, yeah, Maleficent, I think it was good if it were any other story than Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, I think in the same vein as like Haunted Mansion, Sleepy Hollow would be a really fun one to tap into if you did it right. If you got the right people involved. Don't give it to Tim Burton. He's already done it. Give it to someone. Well,
also, as we've seen, Tim Burton's not great with remakes. He's good with original ideas.
I'm saying he did Sleepy Hollow, which is
good. But I'm just saying, like, Dumbo.
Oh God, don't we start on that movie? That might have been like my least favorite live action. Okay, I'm gonna move along here. This one could be really interesting, cute if done right, and really fun. If you do it live action, I'm not saying I need it, but if you're gonna go in the well, The Rescuers might be kind of an interesting one to tackle.
I don't like that.
No?
No, it's too many animals.
Yeah, but like
I mean,
animated
the human portion is
mice-
hardly at all. Though I would love to see Medusa real.
That's why I thought of Medusa first, because I think she would be a really
Mhm.
fun villain to see on screen.
Yeah.
And if you got the right people, like I think like the animated mice are not as bad, but I don't know. It was one of the ones that like I was just looking at the list of like all these movies, and I was just like, that might. You don't. The problem is you don't want to remake something that's like good.
Right.
That's what they keep doing, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you guys aren't gonna. You're not gonna succeed.
Well,
This is where my next two come in.
Well, here's the thing though. When you say you don't want to remake something that was good, look at The Parent Trap and Freaky Friday.
Yeah, the originals were so much better.
Freaky Friday, I can get on board with the original being better, but Parent Trap,
With Haley Mills?
Lindsay Lohan knocked that out of the park. Like that story was like so much better.
The original had "Let's Get Together."
Yeah. No, I love that song.
Pollyanna.
I love Pollyanna. I don't want to see a remake of Pollyanna. That was kind of depressing at the end.
Yeah, it really was. All right, well, this goes to my next point of like, you take ones that weren't a success, and you make them sing in live action. I think Atlantis could be a really fun adventure movie if done correctly.
Treasure Planet too.
And that was my other one, is Treasure Planet, because the animation in that is incredible. Like, it's just, no one liked it at the time. I think it was like, I don't know, like the steampunk aesthetic. Like, I think all that live action and both of those could be a really awesome adventure movie.
So you're talking more about bringing things to live action, not necessarily what needs to get remade in general.
I mean, I got a long list. I'm just like touching on some of them. I'm like, I want to bounce them off. You'd be like, what could we do with this? Because the ones they're choosing, I'm like, why are you remaking this? You want to remake something that like you think you can improve on, because these other ones, you're not going to improve on it.
You know what I think might be good?
What?
Remade is Swiss Family Robinson.
That's on my list. Swiss Family Robinson.
Like, especially for like a modern time.
Fun, like adventure movie. I feel like. I'm looking at like a lot of these are adventure movies, and I'm looking at like, again, like our conversation about that. I loved Swiss Family Robinson, and I think you could really, if you do,
it was so much fun.
It's like, I don't love doing remakes or sequels or anything like this anyways, or live action adaptations in general. But if you have to, Swiss Family Robinson, I think would be really fun. Like, that's one of those ones I'm like, that's like like you could make it a new classic for a new generation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or just watch the old one over. All right, got some sequels for you that I'd like to see.
You know what I wouldn't mind a sequel to?
Don't mention it, because it might be something I'm talking about.
I don't think you are.
Okay.
The Haunted Mansion.
I don't think they're getting a sequel. That movie bombed.
But it was actually so good.
I liked it, but I don't think it's getting a sequel.
I think it'd be fun. I don't know how.
Maybe they'll remake it again in 20 years.
I hope not.
I don't know.
Or maybe I do, but
I still like the old one. I want to watch that one again and revisit it.
I like Eddie Murphy. And Jennifer Tilly.
I think you're going to see that and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, ready for this? Sequels that I'd like to see. I wouldn't mind seeing a Wall-E sequel when they get back on Earth and actually have to fix everything.
Oh, that would be good.
Why haven't they done that?
Did Wall-E do well?
Yeah, I think it did well.
It never has merch. Like, the only time I ever see Wall-E merch is like around Earth Day.
Every time we watch that, I'm like, this movie's so good.
Which, like, I love Earth Day.
Well,
every day should be Earth Day.
Like, I really want to see how they, like, survive on Earth. That's what I want to see now. I'm like, you're back on Earth. Now what do you do? Like, because these people are just like, they don't know anything. I don't know. I think it'd be a fun, interesting.
They can't even walk.
It could be a really funny movie to be like these people trying to figure things out, because they don't know anything. They've been gone for like, I don't know how long they've been gone for. But anyways, I thought that one would be a good one to visit, like for a sequel. All these other garbage ones are getting sequels. That I'm like, I don't need sequels for these anymore.
We don't need Toy Story 5.
Another sequel that is never going to happen, but I want it. I kind of wouldn't mind seeing a Sorcerer's Apprentice sequel.
like the Nicolas Cage and Jay Bruchel. I don't know how to say the name. Yeah.
I like that movie.
That was a good movie. We haven't watched that in a while.
It was fun.
I feel like it came in under the radar.
I don't think anyone saw that. I'm like, you know what? And that brings me to my next one is National Treasure 3. Like, I feel like I need that in my life, and do it right. Don't like, I don't know, get the right people involved.
Get Nick Cage.
You need Nick Cage, for both of those.
And Diane Kruger and
I don't know that guy's name.
yeah, the other guy.
The other, the other guy.
John Voight.
But like, how fun would it be to like see like Sorcerer's Apprentice and like National Treasure 3 in theaters?
That would be fun. And that's like...
I don't know how good we had it when these movies came out.
We really didn't. We could take the kids to it.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like a fun... Those were fun. Like, do you think they'd like the Sorcerer's Apprentice? Or think that's too much for them right now?
It might be too much for Ronan.
It was a bit much, I think. It was...
Maybe, I don't know. It's been so long since we've seen it.
I think we need to see it before we show them. Because I think it was a little rough sometimes. Maybe.
Yeah.
They wouldn't care about National Treasure.
You know what we need?
What?
Tower Terror.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know,
it's on the docket, but like...
Kind of.
It's kind of in limbo.
Scarlett Johansson was supposed to be like writing, directing, all that stuff.
Again, I say it should just do the same thing as the original one. Like, do the Steve Guttenberg. That thing was like... But
Melora Hardin has to be back.
That was not a bad movie.
It was not. It was really good.
It was way better than it should have been.
Yeah,
way better.
But I think that they need like a new one to keep that ride going, because I feel like it's the next thing on the chopping block.
Oh my God. If they Guardians of the Galaxy that shit, I'm gonna be so annoyed.
Well, for us, it wouldn't be Guardians. Doctor Strange is what they're saying.
That's even worse.
It is even worse.
That's even worse. That makes no sense right there. No sense.
But does Muppets make sense right there? That villains thing?
Muppets make sense everywhere. Oh, that's the other thing. Everything should just be made into Muppets. That's all. So Sam Robinson, but with Muppets.
Pride and Prejudice, but Muppets, but Mr. Darcy's a human.
Colin Firth.
Oh, man. Yes.
Colin Farrell.
Oh, either way.
But no, just make much Muppet movies that are just like remakes of it. That's the remakes I can get behind.
Yeah, that actually would be pretty awesome.
It works everywhere. Okay. Some might not be remakes necessarily that I'm going to say, but like revisited some. I don't know what. But one that popped in my head, Sky High.
I thought that was slated to get a sequel at one point, and then it kind of got scrapped.
That's another one of those movies that fell under the radar that I really liked. That was a fun movie, too. And I'm like, you could do something with this. I don't know what, but...
Yeah. Disney's still using Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah. So. It's nothing that's like... It was like high on my list. It was actually at the very bottom, but like I was like, oh, yeah. The other one that like I'm hesitant to mention it and put it out in the ethos, because if you screw it up, I'm just going to be... I know it's been done a few times actually at this point, but 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
I was going to say that one too.
I love that movie so much.
The thing is, it's like as long as they build out the sets and do practical effects.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think nowadays it would just all be CG. It'd all be green screen crap.
Yeah. But like if you did it right and like you kind of just built upon the original and like kind of took from that, that design is like flawless. If you just take that and just kind of go with that.
Yeah. And I mean, there's clearly a fan base for it. Otherwise they wouldn't have
the presence in the parks still.
The presence in the parks, the merchandise at like Trader Sam's, they wouldn't have just added a bar to a cruise ship for it, you know.
It's not super like the book. I get it. But like maybe you do. And you make like just like an epic adventure tale, like again back to the adventures. But I'm like, it's a good adventure movie.
Chris Nolan.
That's too serious for this, but I mean it's a serious movie, I guess. But like
it's a serious book.
It's a lot more of like exploring. After I listened to the book, I was just like, oh, well, there was a lot of differences there because there was like a bunch of squids actually that attacked him. It wasn't just one giant one.
But the giant squid's more fun.
Oh, the giant squid's so good. I loved that scene as a kid.
So did Olivia.
Yeah. But that's one of those ones I'm like, I'm hesitant, but I'm like, if you got the right person to do it, I'd be like, this would be so good with a really awesome score and just like really good practical effects. It can be really good. And it's just it's one of my favorites of Disney movies, I guess. That's like a live action. So you know that I was going to say this. Live action Black Cauldron.
I didn't know that you were going to say that for either live action or remake of some sort or a sequel.
I think that's worth, like, it's like a book series. It's like a 3-part book.
Is it?
I think. And they probably still have the rights, but it's like, if you got that in the right hands, that could be an awesome movie. But yeah, it almost bankrupted the studio, but you know, that movie was I don't know. I think ahead of
But
its
it
time.
didn't.
But it didn't. Because I can't remember the book series, but like I think it's 3 parts.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they bought I don't know if they like lumped it all into one in Black Cauldron. I can't remember, but do you have anything else to add to this?
Well, I mean, like what sequels would you want to see? Because like I'm so tired of everything just getting a sequel. Like there's like Frozen 3 and 4 coming out now, and Encanto 2, Coco 2.
When I was looking at the list, there's nothing that like stood out to me like this needs a sequel, except for WALL-E is the one that I was like, I really want a WALL-E sequel.
Yeah.
Because I would really think
Haunted Mansion.
There's some of those older movies that I think would be interesting, like Black Hole. Something with that would be interesting because that was a crazy movie. That was a bananas movie, but like Flight of the Navigator, I feel like they would redo that and it'd be bad. There's a lot of movies I don't want you to touch. I don't ever want like Roger Rabbit to get touched.
Yeah.
Because you're never gonna like improve on that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna improve and some like they did like Escape to Witch Mountain and I'm like I don't know if the rock version was any better. Was it? I don't ever saw it. They're probably gonna touch your bed knobs and broomsticks at some point.
Oh, they better not touch bed knobs and broomsticks.
I mean, Mary Poppins Returns. You didn't like that.
You know what? Emily Blunt was absolutely perfect in every way. The rest of the movie, not so much. And I had such high hopes. Again, Lin-Manuel was,
It's not always a hit.
Yeah. It missed the mark.
Do you think anything, like in your head, is there anything that's like, I need a sequel of that? I need to hear more of what's going to happen. Very rarely does that happen.
No, but I think that's the case for like most movies.
Star Wars?
Well, Star Wars is different. When I got Star Wars,
Lord of the Rings.
it was already like a trilogy,
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
and in hindsight, I know we all wanted sequels. We did not need sequels.
should have left that door shut.
Yeah.
I mean, of all the things that are slated, like if you look at the Disney's like lineup for the next couple of years, it is only, I think, was Elios, I think is the only original, like one of the few.
Yeah, if it's like Elias or Elias, but yeah.
That's like one of the few like
originals coming out. If you look at the 90s when Pixar was taken off, that's when Disney animation was starting to both succeed and fail again. Like, because it's like you got Lion King, Aladdin, other things,
Prince of Persia,
Pocahontas. But then at the same time, they started putting out, like Cinderella 2, Cinderella 3, Little Mermaid 2. Well, I think
Peter Pan 2.
I think that all started happening around the time that like Frank Wells died. So like Eisner
it was just like
lost his way.
Straight to DVD.
Yeah. Well, VHS.
Straight to VHS crap.
Yeah.
Because Olivia's watched some of those. I'm like, what? There was like time travel in Cinderella 3? Or
I never watched that one.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was weird.
And I was like, what? And like Peter Pan 2 was in like during World War II.
Yeah.
And it was like the bombing of like London was happening. I was like, what is this? It was weird. And I was just like, these are not good.
Yeah.
I mean, you like the sequels to the Aladdin though.
Oh, I love the Aladdin sequels. Return of Jafar and then King of Thieves.
Those didn't come out in theaters though, did they?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I looked through their list of like all the movies that they've made and I'm just like, almost none of these are worth making a sequel to. You do not need it.
Yeah.
Like it's pointless.
Or maybe we're just not big enough fans of it.
Well, it's just I think you just give me something new.
Yeah.
That's good. That's the key.
Yeah, that is the key. Is something that's
new.
good. Not Moana 2.
No.
That had potential to be so much better.
You made Moana and everyone loved it.
And then like for us, we like Frozen 2 so much better than Frozen.
That's true. That's true.
I think the music is better. I think the story is better.
Yeah.
There's more character development.
My big ones, I put them out there. I put them out in the ethos. I hope they don't screw up 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea if it happens. Because that's my like, please don't mess that up. And don't make Roger Rabbit. That's my big one.
With how Disney is right now, they're going to mess it up.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be very.
Yeah. And like right now, it's like they're trying to do Tangled live action. And
They're not.
Yeah, they are.
It's capped, I think.
No, it's just paused. And so I've heard a few rumors. One is that they're stopping live action because of how poorly Snow White did. And then other rumors of like
We're gonna make even more.
Taylor Swift was cast or Florence Pugh was cast. And then some are saying like it's been paused because Sabrina Carpenter's been cast and they need to wait on her to finish her tour. I hate all three of those options.
You can fan cast all you want, but
I'm not fan casting.
Danny DeVito.
Perfect. Oh yeah, Hercules live action, they're doing that. It's only acceptable if they actually have Danny DeVito as Phil.
Hunchback of Notre Dame. Just do all of them, guys. Just get it out of the way. Just knock them all out.
Just destroy millennials' childhoods.
I don't know. I think I've said my piece. I think most of the time it's not worth doing them.
You can find us on Instagram at Backlot Tours, on our website, backlottours.com, and on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube.
You're looking at me to like be like, is this correct? I'm like, I don't know. Sure.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Share the show with your friend.
Yeah, be sure to
just like one or two.
Share us with your friends. Like, share, subscribe, follow, all the things.
Take us home.
There's a great big pretty okay tomorrow.
Shining at the end of every day.